top of the first little hill today, Cole Mountain, C-O-L-E, Cole Mountain, and this is Cole Mountain Bald. Got some beautiful views. Almost 360, just beautiful. A few hikers up ahead there. There's where the trail is going. Gotta climb that peak next. Actually, that's Cole Mountain, and I'm on Cole Mountain Bald right now. So yeah, back to, that's where I came from. I'm on the Bald, and that's where I'm heading, Cole Mountain. Should be a very good hike. Nice wind up here that's cooling everything down. Okay, catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, I made it on top of Cole Mountain. I just crossed over the Bald and then now on top of the mountain. And only about a mile into the hike today. But what a difference in weather between yesterday and today. The last few days I've really been in almost a heat exhaustion type mode. But as I was making my last recording yesterday, the weather came in and started raining really minutes after I stopped recording. And just from that, the weather that's here today, super cool, nice breeze. I think the high is like 80 today, so we've got this cold front coming through. That's what it feels like. But great weather for hiking. It's a little bit cool this morning, and pushing up that hill, I didn't have to stop once. I actually went up that hill at about 3 miles an hour, which is really nice. But yeah, weather's great today. So much different than yesterday and the last really 3 days. All right, just gonna come off the back of this mountain and see what's coming up next. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm about 3.5 miles in the hike today, and just made it over the longest incline for the day. I just hit the top of the Knob Hill right after Cole Mountain, and I'm on a strip of trail between Glasgow and Waynesboro, and I actually got dropped off 17 miles north, and I'm hiking south today. So the plan is a 17-mile day. I've already made it over the largest incline, and up next I got about a 5-mile decline. So it's going to be quite the downhill. I'm hoping the path is smooth and not rocky, but so far the path has been really good. So I'm hoping that's going to continue for me. So I'm feeling good, I'm moving fast, the weather is beautiful, and I'm making really good time. So, okay, I'm gonna start heading down now. I'll catch up with you later. So I'm seeing quite a few branches and limbs on the trail today, and just trying to clear them off as I'm walking past them. But I got to this one, and that's just a little too big for me to grab. But yeah, that's from the storm last night. Yeah, I came right off of that one. People will leave comments, and the trail clubs will come up here, the volunteers, and get the larger ones off the trail. But yeah, quite a few smaller branches. And those, for the most part, hikers that go past them will just take care of it. Okay, still hiking very well. Trail is really super good. The wind sometimes is fierce, but feels really good. Moving right along. Yeah, I get a little nervous walking under these trees. They're just really propped up on another small tree, and with the wind is you know, as much as it is today. I'm a little bit nervous. You can hear it creaking. It's just a matter of time before it hits. Another tree in the path. Yeah, navigating quite a few of these. Yeah, that one's not too bad. A little too big for me to move though. All right, a little over 6 miles into the hike today. Got about 11 more to go. Just came down from that way, and I'm at a place where the trail crosses US Road 60, I believe this is. It's a good place to have a snack. I'm gonna sit on one of the picnic tables, and it's about 10:30 in the morning. But yeah, came across this sign, George Washington and Jefferson National Forest. I did go home that day and look up Jefferson National Forest, and it is huge. I have been hiking in it for hundreds of miles. And so basically they combined George Washington and Jefferson Forest, and the two together cover almost 2 million acres through Virginia, West Virginia, several states, all up in the Appalachian Trail. But yeah, I have been hiking quite some time in the Jefferson Forest, and I think I'm to the point where I may be crossing over into Washington National Forest soon. So yeah, just wanted to follow up on that. It's huge for sure, almost 2 million acres. All right, gonna find a place to sit down and have a little snack. Okay, just hiking right along and looked down and saw these super cute little tiny orange mushrooms popping up. They're tiny. It's not the chicken of the woods. These look different. These look, you know, like a typical mushroom. Not quite sure what those are. Very vibrant, very orange. Not sure. Have to figure that one out. So I'm just hiking along this creek. It's Brown Mountain Creek, and it's just beautiful. Just hiking, listening to the water, and just seeing the little water cascades. Just beautiful. Makes for a great hike. And I'm still on the decline. The path is still good. Just a bonus that I get to hike beside the creek. Wow, this is really interesting. So I'm in the Brown Mountain Creek area, and this sign is saying for the next, you know, almost mile and a half, this is an area that was inhabited by freed slaves. And this is someone's story. They're talking about sharecropping and what it costs to sharecrop and what it costs to have your corn milled. Yeah, really cool. I'm gonna be on the lookout for evidence of that. And it looks like, yeah, there's some rocks behind it that are similar to the picture here. Really cool. Okay, I'm not quite sure yet how I'm gonna get around this one. This is a trail. That's quite a few trees that have fallen. I gotta figure out how to get around it, not over it, not through it. I definitely got to go around this one. It's like a little microburst of trees. I'm not quite sure how far it goes. I'll figure it out. I'll get on the other side. All right, I made it to the other side. Had to go around it for sure. But there's definitely a lot of wind damage here. And I'll tell you something that I heard. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did just hear it from someone who thru-hiked the trail back in 2019 before COVID was around. And what I heard was the Appalachian Trail Conservatory in 2020 asked the local clubs to not maintain the trail because of COVID. And so they didn't maintain the trail, and what they discovered that really within a year or two, if they did not maintain the trail, it would disappear. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I can totally see that. That was just one small storm that came through last night, and the amount of limbs and branches and trees that are down are just shocking. And then also you can see where they've cut the grass on the side versus when they don't, and how it just encroaches in on the path. I could totally believe within a year or two a lot of the trail would disappear and just be consumed by the forest. So what we're looking at here is the next little patch I have to figure out. That's definitely the trail. I'm looking at a white blaze. I just don't know where the trail is. So yeah, it's an interesting day today. All right, let me navigate through this. I'll catch up with you later. I'm just exiting the Brown Mountain Creek community area, and they have another sign here just posted at the other end. And this one's talking, this is Mr. Hughes, who's sharing a memory that he has of his mom making ash cakes. And she'd cook the bread in ash, and then she had a special broom that she would, clean the ash off the bread. And he's talking about how good they tasted. You couldn't taste the ash or anything like that. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. I'd like to do a little bit more research about this area and this community. Really nice. Well, I was thinking about those ash cakes that Mr. Hughes was describing his mom making. And I got to thinking about those fried cornbread little Johnny cakes that we would make. We would fry them in the skillet. They were so good. My grandmother would make those. Oh my gosh. A couple of those fried cornbread and some black-eyed peas and turnip greens and a slice of onion. That is a meal fit for a queen, I tell you. I'm definitely going to start making that again. I still make them every once in a while, but not nearly enough. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Those little fried cornbread Johnny cakes. So good, so good. All right, got about 4 miles to go. Just came down the trail that way and came across this like suspension type bridge. It's super cool. I didn't see it on the map. I didn't expect this to be here. There is a creek called Little Irish Creek. Maybe this is going over that. Let's get up to the top and see. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, it sways. It's definitely moving every time I step. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, that's Little Irish Creek we're crossing over. And this is a really cool bridge. You know, a little bit high up, and I don't really like the bouncing, but cool factor kind of counters that. All right. Love it. I just passed a volunteer, a young lady, I guess like in her early 20s. She's out here with a little handsaw, cutting and dragging and moving as much as she can. And someone told her that there were 22 blowdown trees from where I started today to the Punchbowl, which is where I'm going. So I didn't believe it at first, but this is probably number 14 or 15 for me that I'm having to hike around or navigate around. This one's not too bad. But yeah, I've seen actually 2 volunteers today out on the trail cutting and clearing. But yeah, 22 blowdowns in this 17-mile section. Wow. All right, another tree. I've passed, 3 or 4 since I last showed you. And yeah, it's turning into an exciting hike today for sure. Didn't expect this, but I am about to hit a major milestone. Just got to get around these trees. so I can hit it. All right, let me figure out this. I'll catch you later. Hey everybody, just got about 1.5 miles left to go in the hike today. It's been kind of a crazy day. Started out amazing. Made it up the first hill, just really ran up that hill, ran 5 miles down the hill, and then started having to navigate around all the blowdown trees that across the trail. But I finally made it to my milestone for the day, 800 miles. I can't believe I made it, 800 miles. I really don't know how I'm still walking, to tell you the truth, but I'm still hiking 800 miles today, and heading out again tomorrow, so we'll be shooting for 900 now. All right, I'll catch you guys later. All right, everybody, had a great day hiking today. I made it 17 miles, and I ended up at Punchbowl Mountain Overlook. And I actually started hiking here yesterday and headed south. And today I was dropped off 17 miles north of here and hiked back to the same spot. So I definitely see why it's called Punchbowl Mountain. There's a large gap in the mountain where it literally looks like a punch bowl, and that's what I hiked today. Yeah, pretty eventful day. It was kind of interesting to see how fierce and how strong nature is, but at the same time how fragile nature is. So these were large trees that I had to traverse and navigate around. You know, I think someone said 22 trees. I didn't count them, but that sounds about right. That's a lot of trees that landed across the trail today. And it makes me wonder, some of them looked really healthy, but some of them looked like they may have been diseased. You know, I'm coming across quite a few trees that have these bubbles on them and kind of distortions. So I don't know how healthy they are. But yeah, it was interesting to see what the forces of nature can do to a forest. And then the big event today, I hit 800 miles. I'm so proud of that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's taken a long time to get up here, but I am super proud I made the 800 mile mark today. Okay, I'm just waiting at the overlook. It's quite a busy road, a lot of motorcycles and cars passing by, and just waiting for a ride to come pick me up. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.